I do have the ability to modulate on this thing.
Oh, make funky sounds?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Recreational Outrage. Recreational Outrage. Recreational Outrage. Recreational Outrage.
Hell yeah. Sweet. We normally just hit record.
Cool.
Yeah, and then eventually we'll just find a good start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about this format here. So you guys just go until you find a good. Do you introduce your guests, or are you like?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have a whole.
Are you like good luck, listeners? If you didn't read the description of this episode, then you're never gonna know who the fuck's talking. It's recognize that voice.
There's been a couple times we've gone for a while, but I'll introduce you guys right now.
Yeah, because I do think we're trying to.
Oh, good job.
420.
No, wow.
Daily alarm, 420.
You really do have that?
419, so I got a minute to get my joint ready.
Yeah, of course, dude.
Daily.
Holy shit!
You
Are
didn't know
you
this?
14 years old?
I've had it on there since I was 14 years old.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah, no,
Since it was like a Nokia?
Yeah, well, since I was able to put an alarm on my phone, I put that shit on there, 420.
Yeah. Has it ever? What's the most awkward time that it's ever got off?
Well,
You're
it would
like
be
in court and
420.
shit.
Yeah.
Like the alarm goes off. Fucking.
Yeah, hey, and I do I only tell a couple people, I'm like, yo, 419, bro. 1 minute.
It's ever gone off like a funeral?
No, I turn it off when I go into church. I have to.
So you haven't made the mistake. You're like,
I
if
know
I'm gonna be
420 is
somewhere
coming.
at
I'm getting,
420,
I'm gonna be outside
or
already. Yeah, I'm ready for 420.
Wow,
when it
mute the
happens.
alarm.
You like feel it?
Do you smoke
I
cigs?
I smoke.
No.
So I usually smoke so much weed that at 420 I just take a break and then start
you
up
ever
again in
smoke
10 minutes.
cigarettes?
Nope.
No? All right. Because I was like, I bet you did a fucking Lucky in your cigarette.
No, I don't even really smoke blunts that much. Once in a while, I'll smoke a blunt.
I hung out with a grown-ass man who was like in his, like almost 40 years old, I think, the other day, who had a Lucky.
Still had a Lucky.
Yeah. And I was like, what?
Do you think that's like a superstitious thing?
Or no,
do you
he's
think-
44 years old and he still had a Lucky.
No, do you think
I'd
he
have
still-
took that Lucky and smoked it and see how he acted.
You think he still like holds his breath when he passes by a graveyard and all the other superstitions?
I mean, so
I bet he believes in
comics
Jesus.
hate this shit, but like where I'm from, you honk when you go through a tunnel.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, fuck yeah. I do
yeah,
that.
and like, oh, did I pass it the wrong way?
no.
I think I passed.
There's no.
It's all
I
good.
definitely passed.
Here, just give it back to me. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm like, am I getting skipped here? What the fuck is going on?
Is that really
Am I-
what happened? I completely lost.
You lost track, dude.
Damn,
It's all
dude.
right. You're
I
nervous.
did-
You're
I-
nervous for the camera, dude.
I
can
know.
feel
I know. We should high five actually before anything gets
Well-
too crazy.
Yeah, we are passing the joint to the right.
Oh
it. Yeah,
no.
that's Philip's fault, I think.
That was not. I passed it to him.
Oh, something happened.
It's supposed to go to the left, ain't it?
Probably
Who
was,
threw
dude.
out the Uno reverse?
Hey,
You
I
changed
like that
everything
this is
up.
on camera, so you can go back and get home and be like,
find
who
out.
actually fucked this up? It was probably me.
Playback tape.
I don't know. I fuck shit up all. But yeah, I like to honk the horn when I go through the tunnel, and a lot of people,
Get mad?
well, they don't want to. No, nobody, like the other cars don't really even notice, or I've never seen anyone give a fuck. But like people that are driving, if I'm not driving, I'm like, hey, honk the fucking horn, you know? And they're like,
Repeatedly.
and some people are like, no. And I've like gotten into fights where I'm trying to honk the horn
Come on, honk it.
while we're driving through
Yeah.
a tunnel.
Not gonna make it.
And I'm like, maybe honking the horn isn't good luck.
All right,
then.
so here I am reaching from the third seat back, trying
I
to
used to
honk
know
the
people that would
horn.
have to kiss the fucking ceiling every time they'd pass like a yellow light.
Padiddle or whatever.
Yeah,
Did
padiddle,
you know
yeah.
what that is? Where you see isn't that when you see one headlight and you gotta like go
Like touch the
padiddle and
roof of
touch the
I've never
dash
heard
in
this
the
one.
window?
I've heard that for sure.
Yeah. Otherwise you gotta
Padiddle?
make
Who
out
did-
with your
what?
mom.
That sounds like a
What
creepy.
you say?
Otherwise you gotta make out with your mom.
Yeah, that's.
No, I don't believe in that
That's
stuff.
why. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, my mom taught me that game though when I was a kid because I think the rules were like if when people were kids in the 60s or whatever or 70s and they'd play that.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't like the thing was like you owe me a Coke or a kiss
Right.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of
Jinx.
yeah.
To the left,
All right.
the side of your heart.
But yeah, so I don't know. I honk through there, and then I have a friend. There's a fun thing that she does where she's from South Dakota too, Lonnie. She will honk the entire way through a tunnel.
Yeah.
She'll just hold the horn down.
That seems a bit much.
Damn.
And it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But like one time we were following, her husband's a really good friend of mine too, and we were following him up in the car, and we went through that like shorter tunnel before Eisenhower.
Okay.
And we honked the whole way through, and he like called us, and he's like, "You better not." You better not fucking honk through Eisenhower, like you fuckers, like what the fuck, don't. And of course we were like,
there
oh, we're like, or what, bitch? Like, what are you gonna do?
You gonna call me again
You
from
the
the
fucking
car?
You the honk police, you know, like.
Oh, the honky police.
Yeah. So yeah, we fucking honked that thing all the way through Eisenhower.
Fucking 5-minute tunnel.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and he was driving too fast on the snow, and he spun out.
Really?
You should have been honking.
On that, that trip to the mountains, he spun out and just spun like at 65, 70 miles an hour right down the middle of the road in the mountains
Oh, that's
my
so
gosh.
scary.
3 times, and then
Straighten out.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! And you watched it?
Yeah, no, we were right behind him. Well, he's like going too fast, and we're trying to keep up. And I'm like, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He's driving too fucking fast. He always drives too fucking fast. You know? And I'm
See him? Look at him. Huh?
well, I mean,
You should have called him and be like, hey, man, you shouldn't drive that
now that I'm
fast.
thinking about this, like he shouldn't have a driver's license because, like, when
You
he
don't hop through tunnels. You fucking drive.
well, when he
straight
was a
into the
kid,
snow.
he fucking like had this crazy accident where he hit like 6 cars in an intersection, like racing somebody or something.
Yeah.
And I remember him being like, this fucking lady's trying to say she can't play the piano anymore. Like, what the fuck, you know? Like he was getting. But yeah, he should have just not been allowed to drive anymore then. But then I'm thinking, like, there was a time we were going to Wyoming and I spun 3 times down the middle of the road in a snowstorm too. But
It happens.
he doesn't learn. But yeah, I don't know. Fucking
Those
tangents.
videos scare the shit out of me.
Have you ever spun out on a...
No, dude. I'm so soft. I'm like white knuckling every time I drive in the snow.
Yeah. Dude, there's one time I was getting off on like Wadsworth in Arvada, right where it's fucking just a straight hill all the way down.
Yeah.
And I turned on, I didn't even go fast at all. But as soon as I started going down the hill, my car just started fucking spinning all the way around. It was awful. I slammed to the medium and broke my tire axles and shit. Oh. Yeah.
Oh wow.
First time I drove in the snow was the first time I had seen snow. It was here in Colorado when I moved here. And
Wait, I love this. How old were you?
22, 23.
And you'd never seen snow.
Yeah. No, never even touched the snow.
What was it like? Was that like fucking? Was it like an exhilarating experience to see it for the first time?
You're in a globe, like a snow globe.
Like how would you
It was magical.
compare the feeling to like coming?
Oh, well.
Feels like there's cum all around you. Cold cum all around you. in
Or
your
like
face.
That's apples.
falling in love, or like
You know, like
seeing snow, like how, like if you could compare it to another experience that I would
It's
have
like
had,
when-
someone who was born with snow.
it felt like when your best friend has the coolest girlfriend, but you've never met her. And then you finally meet her and she fucking rocks.
okay.
But she can be kind of cold. That part catches me off guard. But,
Yeah, you don't like the cold?
Yeah, I have like 18 jackets in my car right now.
Just ready.
Yeah, because once this gets sunset, it turns into like fucking subarctic temperatures out here.
I remember when I was young, some people from Mexico were staying with us, and they had never seen snow, and it snowed while they were there. It was the first snow, and they were like little kids, and they didn't know that it makes you, it almost burns you, like, you know, snow burns you. So they were like rubbing each other with snow, and then like 10, 15 minutes later, they were all like,
Yeah,
it hurts.
it does. It hurt.
Yeah.
You can also
Depends on the snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
City snow, barely city snow.
Yeah, like
You
that.
can get
It's
blinded
just like
from it?
crusty ice.
Yeah.
like
It comes.
when the
It
sun
comes.
hits it.
It doesn't even come down white. It comes down brown already. Collects brown.
All right. Let's introduce our guests.
Yeah. We should actually do
Two
that.
great guests. Very excited. Returning guests.
I refuse to be introduced.
Wait, I have.
We're 13 minutes in.
Let me get my list. I got to get my list.
Get your list, dude. I'll make introductions while you're getting your
You gotta
list.
get a
dude.
list.
Obviously, Evan Fitzgerald's here.
Yo.
Yeah, hell yeah. Welcome to Recreational Outrage. We got returning guest Philip Cano, of the Humor Underground.
Nice.
How you doing,
I'm
dude?
doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, dude. Thank you
Nice.
for being here.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get that most guested guest. So
You're up there, dude.
yeah,
You
I'm
and Evan Joe. Yeah. And Ali probably, but we'll see, dude.
yeah. I won't.
And then joining us for the first time. We're in his house. Very excited to have you, dude. Fucking Zac Maas. Welcome, dude.
Hey, what's up, guys?
New album out.
I'm the guy you've heard talking for 13
Yeah.
minutes.
It's,
What the fuck is this? The 4:30 alarm?
4:23, dude.
I didn't,
control.
Is it 7:10?
that was me not
Did you
turning off the
snooze your
alarm.
420
I
alarm?
snoozed my 420 alarm.
That's the most stoner shit ever. You snoozed your 420 alarm.
God, I feel so stupid for that.
It's all right, dude. But you have a new album out, first album?
Yeah, it's my first album. It's called Punchin' Jesus. Yeah, it's. I'm not trying to be like. I don't know. It's about. I have a joke about how I have long hair and look like Jesus, and about getting punched in the face. So that's kind of the gist of it. I'm not trying to be like.
I'm taking shots at Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. If you're
punch
into
that
if you're into
motherfucker.
Jesus, good for you. If you're not, then good for you. I don't know. I don't really give a fuck.
Doesn't have anything to do with it.
Was Jesus a hippie?
Yeah, I think so. What's weird is that really the real definition of a hippie is being part of a counterculture. So
yeah.
Juggalos are hippies.
yeah. I mean, punks are hippies. A lot of there's a lot of groups that you could consider hippies, but the general
People that-
definition is pretty broad, actually.
People that work with granite. Because counterculture.
That was good, dude. That was a good job.
I like a lot of hippie shit, but I never really liked being called a hippie. I just didn't
bad
like it.
connotations,
Yeah,
or-
I know. I just never felt like I was a hippie, even though I liked a lot of the hippie shit and saw all the hippie concerts.
Yeah, well, the reason why they're asking me about this too is I have a podcast called Hippie Not Hippie, where
I not hippie.
where my buddy and I, AJ Finney, we figure out if people are hippies or not, or comics or things, or and sometimes we just fucking talk too. I mean, I don't know. It's but yeah. So I don't. A lot of people since I've been doing this podcast are like, "You're a fucking hippie. You're a fucking hippie," and because I'm the not hippie part of the podcast. AJ is fucking very
Hippie is
proud. Freak flag flying hippie or whatever the fuck. I don't know. He thinks rocks have powers and all kinds of dumb shit. So
He wears his colors all the time.
no, when we first started the podcast, he's like, I feel like you started this podcast just so I had to admit out loud all the dumb shit I believe in. but yeah, I don't know. The things that are hippie about me would be that I fucking smoke weed.
Yeah.
And I have long hair. I don't really like any of the music.
Yeah.
I
You don't like the music?
No.
Like specifically any bands?
I mean, like the whole jam band thing. I mean, there's good rock and roll from the 60s and 70s that people could say was like hippie shit, but I mean, I would consider
Like
that
the
more
13
just like,
minute bass solos is a little much.
I'm just, I don't like jam music. And I'm also like, if you do like jam music, great.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people that it makes really happy and really like it. It's just not my shit.
I hate that shit.
I mean, I play guitar, and something about like it's fun to play that kind of music, but for me to watch other people do it, even if they're really good at it, is just kind of like, I don't know. And I like the simplicity of a good song. I'm like I don't know. Quincy Jones says you got to leave a little room for the Lord to walk through or whatever. And like, I like music. Like, I thought that's one of the best ways to say that, even though I'm not like a religious person. But yeah, it's like I like music with space, and yeah.
Well, Noodle.
it's
It's just not for me.
Yeah, I get that.
When I did music, my brothers are big into jam band stuff, and it's like even the band he was in was just 100% just improv off the top of the head jam shit. Like they never practiced. They'd get a show and then they'd all show up at the show and then play, and then that's it. And it's
they're
like,
kinda like the improv.
I like structure. So the jam band scene, it was just never. It just felt like they were just oodling and doodling, and they weren't. Maybe they'll play a Zeppelin cover or something, and I always liked something a little bit more structured.
Yeah, I don't know. I like
song, an actual song.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. A lot of songs like 5 minutes, and I'm like, damn, that's a long.
Right.
I have a kind of a short attention span, you know, but I don't know. I went and saw the Grateful Dead with my with AJ. He took me to see
The Dead
them
and
on their
Company?
Dead and Co. Yeah, on their last tour or whatever. And I went and like I was having like a good time just hanging out with my friends and shit, and it was a good time. And like I like ate some mushrooms and I was fucking having some drinks and smoking and it was just having a good time hanging out. It's the Boulder. I'd never been to that place. Folsom, yeah. Holy shit! Like I was like. Red Rocks is all right, but I think really the view from Folsom is like you're looking at cooler shit while you're there than I don't know. I thought it was cooler than Red Rocks, just how much nature you can see, and I didn't realize how visible the Flatirons and stuff were from there.
It's all
and
right
like,
there.
yeah, it's fucking awesome. It just feels like you're sitting in the middle of it, and yeah, and they're playing, and the light show's crazy, and I'm like just about,
everybody's grooving,
I'm just about like I'm like, man, I really see why my friends are
Starting
into
to get
this, and this is pretty fun, and right at that moment, a lady threw up all over the back of my legs. It just fucking started. At first, I thought someone spilled a beer, and then I turned around, and she's just like fucking puking, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like, I ran, dude. And my friends, dude, it was AJ Finney and then Alex Linton. He's a comic too. I don't know if you know him, but he was there. And then his wife, who's also named Alex, was there. But they just fucking wrote it out because, in her defense, she didn't realize it was puke.
Okay.
Because she was coming back to the seats right as I was leaving, and it was a loud concert, and like she puked on AJ Collects posters, and she puked on the tube.
Oh no.
And like
It got like in the tube.
it didn't get in the tube, but it like the tube was soaked on the outside with puke, and like I was just like fuck. But yeah, I ran away right away, so I didn't really know what was happening. She came back as I was running away and thought that somebody had spilled, didn't realize it was puke.
And yeah, because what took place is she proceeded to like. I came back later and they just wrote out the puke. They stayed there. Yeah, because they wanted to get their fucking spot. They didn't want to lose their spots, and they were like,
they sit in that puke, man. I've seen them.
well, nobody sat in it.
I mean,
But
they stew in that shit, man. They'll puke and they won't leave nowhere. Somebody will puke and nobody won't even leave.
oh yeah, that lady puked and she just fucking kept sitting right where she fucking puked.
I
It was
bet,
fucking.
dude. That's actually the most punk rock thing.
You know, the most pukinest show I've ever seen was Stevie Nicks.
Really?
What? Stevie Nicks
A lot of
at Red
white
Rock.
ladies.
a lot of white ones.
Yeah.
6 or 7 people a row were just honking it that whole show. You couldn't walk 10 feet without seeing somebody fucking honking.
That's
Oh
crazy.
wow,
Yeah, it was crazy.
that's a lot of vom.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's God, I was trying to think of a Fleetwood Mac song to make a pun about vomiting.
Oh man, it was.
Mudslide?
Yeah.
I remember being like,
Yeah, the
wow,
vom slide.
these people are fucked up.
I never had anyone puke on me, but I had a lady pour a beer on me one time because she decided I was too tall. So
That's pretty badass, actually.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
also punk rock, yeah.
yeah.
One of my favorite things to still do is just throw my beer when one of my favorite songs comes on.
What?
just throw it.
Chuck that shit.
I've always wondered who
Throw
does it. It's you?
me. Fuck yeah, every time. I'll throw the fuck out of my beer. I'll take somebody else's beer and throw it. If we're at the show and I threw my beer and then he'll be like, "Why'd you throw that beer?
You'll
You're
take his
crazy."
beer
I'll
and
take
throw
his
it?
beer and fucking throw that shit too.
That's because of your favorite songs.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten kicked
Has
out?
that ever resulted in a fight?
No.
What about you
They
getting
like
kicked out?
I mean, we'd get another beer. We're gonna go get another beer. It's fine.
But like, what about
But then
the
they're
person
going to play
that got
another
hit?
song.
And I take that back. 9 Inch Nails. I hit somebody's beer out of their hand and they did want to fight after that, but it wasn't like a big old thing. They just
Yeah, I thought you were saying you're just grabbing strangers' beers
no,
and throwing them. Because
no,
I'm
no,
like,
like-
if I'm at a concert and motherfucker
No, it's usually just my
throws
homies.
his beer and I look over and I'm like, what the fuck? And then he grabs my beer and throws it. I'm like, that's like that.
We're
I don't like
fighting.
to fight, but like I'm gonna be like, you're buying me another fucking beer.
Is
of
there
this
something
sort.
wrong with the beer?
Yeah.
No.
Like, did you
You're
just
just
save us
excited.
all?
Yeah, just excited. Before, just
When did
excited.
you start doing that? What's the origin of that?
Oh.
You just got really pumped one time at a show.
Yeah,
and-
just saw somebody else throw a beer and it was like, yeah, that's cool. And then they don't do it. They don't do it too often anymore.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people don't
'Cause you
even
get kicked out.
because beers
Yeah.
are fucking $18 each. That's why.
One
you
day
ever-
his 420 alarm didn't go off. He got too hyped because he didn't smoke at 420. He got too fucking hyped and started throwing beers into the crowd.
You know, I seen the Mars Volta at the Fillmore. And I might have told this story before, but he when we were there, like we seen the lead singer come out of like the little stage door, and like he looked all pissed off, and he like and the show started right away. And then when the show started, the lights went out, and the band was on like level 10 right away. And the lead singer got off the stage and like it's at the Fillmore, so he like got on the railing and knocked over everybody's fucking beer on the railing.
Which one is Mars Volta? Is that the one with Jared Leto?
No, that's
that
30
was-
Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jared, if it was Jared Leto, I would.
I was getting mixed up.
Yeah.
So I think I saw that band open for the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And man,
Pepsi Center?
They sounded so shitty in that arena.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I've seen them in that arena too. They're not good there. They're better in a small place.
okay, because man, a lot of people really like them, and I was like, that was like one of the worst bands I've seen live. Like they sounded so fucking bad. There's like 14 people just
seen them
making
shitty,
fucking
too.
noise, and I was
Yeah.
just like,
Yep, I've seen
this
them.
band fucking
especially
sucks.
right away because they come out and they're all loud and crazy. And that fool went up to the bar and kicked over and smashed every bottle on the bar at the Fillmore.
Goes
Knocked
back to
over
it. There's just
everyone.
not any space in that
Yeah,
music.
Yeah, no, not in Mars Volta either, dude.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. That
yeah.
music is just like fucking.
Level 10.
They are kind of like a metal jam band, a little bit.
Makes you want to
Yeah,
throw a
well,
beer.
yeah, Mexican metal jam band.
Mexican metal jam band.
jam band. A few of their songs are in Spanish and shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. I saw this. Do you know R.A. the Rugged Man is?
Yes.
I saw him at the Roxy one time, and he just started. I think he's banned from there now, but he just started like kicking over the speakers and fucking slapping people in the face.
Just
that
got
were in the
rowdy.
crowd, and it
Dude,
was
that's like
crazy.
G.G. Allen.
Was that in
I mean, he
Boulder?
used to like.
No, I was at the Roxy on Broadway, like on Welton.
I seen Nine Inch Nails in Atlantic City in New Jersey, and there was this big old, it was a little tiny small place. It was like as big as the Ogden, and there was this big old sign on the wall that said "No crowd surfing, no crowd walking."
Yeah.
And me and my brother and my cousin, we were like, "Look, dude, it says no crowd walking. What's crowd walking? Never heard of it. What's crowd walking? Wow!" As soon as the lights turned off, bro, these people stood on people's heads and walked straight to the fucking front of the stage.
Who did?
Everybody.
9 Inch Nails?
No, the crowd, like crowd surfing,
yeah.
but they didn't crowd surf. They like stood up on the shoulders of
Like
everybody and
zombies.
just walked shoulders on shoulders straight to the front of the stage.
Wow.
I was
and it
like,
was just to get as close to as
all
possible.
night, all night. It was like crowd surfing, just standing and walking.
Ugh, like the human.
It was
human
insane.
tidal wave.
It was insane. Crowd walking.
Have you ever seen Method Man do that shit?
Crowd walk? No, I never
Yeah.
seen Method Man
He
crowd
does
walk.
it.
I thought you were about to
The only
say,
time
have you
I
seen
ever
Meth do that to people.
the only time I've ever seen crowd walking was that when I seen Nine Inch Nails in Atlantic City, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit!" That's
They
crowd
had a whole
walking.
sign.
A whole sign. No crowd surfing, no crowd walking. And we were even like, "Wow, what's crowd walking?"
It'd
We
be
found
funny
out.
to see a guy get
Yeah,
stopped at the
we
door because he has a
found out.
surfboard.
Yeah.
Because it's crowd surfing.
He's trying to. They're like, no, dude, we don't do that here.
You guys ever crowd surfed? You're too. We were
Thanks,
too
dude.
big.
Thank
You ever crowd surfed?
I'm too big.
Too big. Yep. What about you, little skinny man?
Nah, I wouldn't let. No, I assume
crowd
everybody's
surfing?
gonna.
Fuck no, man.
Yeah, okay.
I put people up though.
you.
Yeah.
I know how to put people up.
No,
yeah,
I throw people
Yeah,
up.
I throw people up. You gotta. There's like a movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a volleyball.
Yeah, and then if they know what they're
Which
talking
is
about,
like
then
the
they're
way you get
"Fuck yeah."
someone to boost up anything.
Yeah.
You
Right.
Fucking.
Yeah, and that's the symbol, and then they hop in your hand and you throw them up.
You just.
I hear it's real fun. I hear it's real fun if you don't mind like getting like molested or whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want my boy butt to be grabbed.
No.
Grow up, dude. Grow up.
Everyone's gonna sneak a peek. I'm telling you.
All three of us can't do it because we too heavy. You're just like, oh, I don't
Here's
wanna
the
do
other reason why I've never done it is because I've always had my wallet too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I've always had my wallet. I've always had weed. I've always had like enough shit on me where I'm like, I don't want to lose all this shit.
Yeah.
You know.
So you
But,
can't just jump in the water sometimes when everybody in the movies or whatever just jumps in the water. I'm like, fuck that. I got a wallet or a cell phone on me all the time. Keys. Nobody's just jumping in the pool.
Yeah.
You guys have pools out here. What the fuck?
Yeah, you don't throw nobody in the pool.
No.
No,
I hate
dude.
water,
Oh
dude.
my
Water's
God,
the
it's
worst.
So
It
fun
ruins
to,
everything.
it's so fun to
It's
throw
fu-
people in the pool.
It's funny though because I like lived through a time where like you used to just throw someone in the pool.
Yeah.
Close.
Then there was
Yeah,
a time,
close.
yeah,
Oh,
and then
I
there was a
love
time
that
when you
shit.
used to like, you used to just like throw people in the pool still, and cell phones were around, and it like ruined cell phones, and people were
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?" And it like,
Dude, my stepdad, when I was like 13 years old, threw me like, and I was like right at the edge of like when you could still do that, and then when you had to, do you have anything in your pockets?
Right.
He threw me in with my iPod in, dude, and I was already like a pissed off 13-year-old, dude. I was so
And
mad.
then you lose it all.
I was so pissed.
Well, yeah, and then I remember a specific time where it became like you would come up with elaborate schemes to push someone into a pool where you're like, all right, you ask them to see their phone so that you can do something, and then I'll shove the motherfucker in. Or it's like, oh, they set their phone down, get them. Or, you know, like fucking, or even I've had a friend that I pushed in one time that was like on his phone standing by the pool. I grabbed the phone and fucking I grabbed the phone and hip checked him in at the same time.
Hell yeah.
like an action movie.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you had to get people. I like that as a society, though. They're like, we still want to fucking throw someone in the pool.
So let's
With
watch their
clothes.
phones.
With clothes.
Yeah.
They can't be in bathing suits or anything.
Yeah, we
That's
still want to
fun.
fuck their
Full
clothes up.
clothes.
Yeah.
Still want
Right.
clothes. Throw
You
'em
still
in.
want to get them soggy, but not ruin their fucking device.
I'd rather you throw beers than throw me in water. I
But you're,
hate.
you're terrified of water.
Yeah, that just sounds so bad.
Yeah.
It's few and far
Baptism.
between now with throwing beers.
Yeah,
Because I've seen everything already. I don't get as excited as fast as easy anymore.
yeah.
What about Fagos? Did you ever throw Fagos?
No, I've actually never seen ICP. I have a tentative plan to go see ICP with Mitch
Jones.
Mitch Jones.
whenever
Oh,
they
yeah.
come for the
Dude,
mushroom
I'll
podcast.
go with you
I'm trying to
guys.
do. So if they ever come, they probably won't ever come. Even like you said, we'd probably have to go see Shaggy or
Probably have to go to the gathering.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Did you go to that
Drugs.
Les Claypool show?
Oh yeah, it was very awesome. It was a very awesome show.
Yeah, he wanted me to eat mushrooms and go see Les Claypool, and I had to be honest. Like Les Claypool,
Sucks. He's like,
there's not enough space in it for me. Like, no, dude, there's something about him where I think he's really talented.
Yeah.
But his music like gives me anxiety,
I
man.
can-
And then
yeah.
like to go eat mushrooms and see that, I'm just like, whoa, that sounds like a long time on mushrooms listening to music that makes me really anxious. And I was like, I got a hard pass on that one.
I went and seen Queen last week.
Queen?
Yeah, Queen with Adam Lambert.
What the hell?
Oh, it was tight.
Where'd you see them at?
Pepsi Center.
I didn't even know that was
Oh
coming
man,
through.
and I love Queen. Queen's probably in my top 5 of band. Brian May's one of my favorite guitar players of
Yeah.
all time.
Have you seen the comic Patrick Devine?
Seen him,
I've
no,
seen
but I know
him,
who he
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Right, I haven't seen him though.
He's pretty funny. I worked with him last night, but he's got a great joke where he's real absurd. He kind of like reminds me of like Michael Isaacs a little bit. Like he does like he fucks with the crowd a lot and does weird stuff. And he has like these note cards and he's like telling the crowd like, ask me if I know who wrote Bohemian Rhapsody or whatever.
I did see that guy at Spicy Sets. I know exactly which joke you're talking about. Go
Yeah,
ahead, keep
and then
going,
and then somebody asks him and he goes, "Yes, Queen."
Oh my god!
So fucking silly, man. But yeah, it fucking killed me.
Mushrooms at that show was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, just because I
I
fucking
don't think I could take mushrooms at a show, dude.
it's the funnest thing
honestly.
ever.
I do think the lights and the music, it really does all pair well. It's got to be the right venue, though.
And it got to be something that you really, really, really love too.
Yeah, it
I
has
was
to
saying
be a
that
spot
too. Even
I
for that
can-
podcast I'm planning, the person I take, it has to be something that they really, really, really love in order to feed them a bunch of drugs and for them to have an amazing time.
Yeah,
I think Mission Ballroom's cool that you can just walk all around. I feel like you can just enjoy it from any part of the venue that you want to, and it's not like when you're at a show that you're at one seat and you have to sit there the whole fucking time.
Yeah, that's
you can move around at shows. I think
sometimes.
you just
But like, yeah, if you get like a
most
theater
shows,
show,
not like the fucking arena shows or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
yeah.
down. But that Queen show was sold out as fuck. I scored tickets outside, but that fucker was $460
What'd you get them for?
for a $450 ticket.
That's
Wow.
$60, which is as close to a miracle as somebody can get.
From a scalper?
Well, from a person. I sat next to the people who I bought it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was just a fan outside.
damn.
Yeah, dude. I mean, at that point, they're like, I'm gonna just take a full
Right,
loss.
take a full loss. You might here's $60 and get some beers for your
$60,
people.
yeah, like it's 3 beers, you know.
Yeah. So that's how I've always gotten into concerts.
No, that's what my lady and I do a lot of times too with like the Nuggets. We'll fucking
Sports is easy.
yeah.
sports is
My
easy,
dad's
it's
coming on the. I think on the 19th. He's a Vikings fan. I think we're gonna go to the Broncos game, but I'm like, yeah, my buddy has tickets. He's like, nah, let's go down and scalp him. My dad's like, that, they still let you do that, right? Because
Yeah.
we, like 7 years ago, we like
You
waited.
can't call it that, but yeah, they still let you do
Well,
it.
yeah, we're like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
gosh,
not this close to Thanksgiving.
yeah. But sorry. No, but we years ago we like waited. He's all about to like wait till the first quarter, wait till they get desperate.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Wait till the resellers get desperate. you know?
Oh damn!
The hustlers.
Yeah, but he's like, yeah, and we just stood next to this guy too, and he's like, $100 a seat, $100 a seat, and we're like, hey man, $20 a seat. And he's like, $100, and we're like, no, and he's like, I'm gonna sell these in 10 seconds at $100. I'm like, we'll wait.
Yeah.
Stood next to this guy, like and then as the game passed, he's like.
Losing
He's like,
hope.
man, we're like, if you want to stay here longer. But yeah, we
Damn.
got these tickets for like really good tickets for $20 a piece. And it ended up being that I think it was the game that they put Tebow in
Dang.
when he like won and then
Right.
like went on that right before he went on that
Right,
run or
that
whatever.
run,
But
That was a magical time. We need a Tebow now, to be honest with you.
yeah.
For the Broncos?
You don't think Russell Wilson's?
If I was a Broncos fan, I would be wanting them to lose every fucking game for the
Well,
rest of the year. You
I
know?
do, but also, I mean, they've been doing that for 10 years. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Playing like a bunch of ponies.
But then I'm like, I guess really it doesn't matter because the better they no matter what draft pick they get, they've already traded him away for Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, I don't fucking know.
They might have a pick
I don't really
next year, I
follow
don't know.
football that much, but
Yeah.
I anymore. But
Fuck Russell Wilson, dog. I stopped watching football because of that dude.
yeah,
Because of Russell
just watch
Wilson?
the Nuggets, dude.
Yeah, just watch the
Rams,
Nuggets.
fucking-
I went with my dad to-
we've got great sports
I
teams.
went with my dad to buy a hat, and he was buying a Bronco hat, and I was like, "Yo, dude, buy a Nuggets hat.
Yeah.
That's fucking cooler." Look,
champs.
They didn't have a. He likes black Bronco hats. And they didn't have one, but they had a really nice black Nuggets. I was like, "Get that one. That's fucking way cooler."
Did he?
dude." No, hell no. He said, "I don't like basketball."
Oh fuck.
Yeah, no, being a Broncos fan, but I mean, I'm a Tampa Bay fan, so it took us we'll have decades of slumps. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it
Fire
wasn't
the
until-
cannons.
Yeah.
It is fucking exciting too, and when it does hit, and then boom. The only time I went to a Bucks game, I got sick, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I was that puking lady, actually.
from drinking too much.
No, honestly, it was sushi.
Oh, stadium sushi.
I went for stadium sushi. Yeah.
Why?
Wow.
I
So
know.
you ate sushi that made you ill immediately?
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Like just vom, huh?
Yeah. But we stayed
Because
at the
food
game.
poisoning usually takes a
Just
while to
Stevie
set
Nicks
in.
right
Like
all
if
over
it
the
hits you
motherfucker.
like right away, that's like you
has
just
you
ate
swallowed it?
straight fucking food poisoning.
Yeah.
It was rough. I got rid of it. You know, like when you get it out and you feel much better.
You're like,
I
"Oh
didn't
yeah,
feel
it was."
better. Yeah, I just hung out in the
yeah.
AC and my family watched the rest of the game.
I mean, I've had food poisoning where I'm fucking hallucinating and running fevers and
Fucking
shit.
hives,
Like,
yeah.
dude, like that shit'll
You
that
get hives
shit's
from
Yeah,
food
fuck
poisoning?
yeah,
What?
fuck yeah, hives, fucking.
The whole
hives,
body just
bro.
reacts.
Dude,
Yeah.
one time I had this friend and she stole a bottle of sake from her parents, but they had opened it and just put it in a fucking liquor box and it had been there for 4 or 5. Like who fucking knows how long? And like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to refrigerate that right away when you
Yeah.
open sake, you know, and it's like not. Yeah, so whatever. I drank it and like I got a little drunk, but also like I was running a fever. Like that shit fucking made me so sick.
Yeah.
Just like overheated and you start hallucinating for the wrong reasons. You start running such a high fever. I've been in a state where like I'm so sick that I'm just like, I don't care what happens. I just want to be in a comfortable, and you can't get comfortable. The go-to for me is showers. When I'm in one of those heavy fevers,
Yeah.
just go to a shower. But it hasn't been in a while.
That's good. Happy for you,
Yeah,
dude.
that's good.
Yeah,
Try not
dude.
to get fevered, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm out here
Make sure you wear one of those coats.
drinking a lot of OJ. What? Oh yeah, dude. I wear like 9 coats. I do.
Yeah. I don't think you're supposed to get hot when you have a fever.
Yeah, no.
You're supposed
You
to
take
yeah.
hot showers?
Yeah.
I do that too, but it's not, I know it's bad.
Yeah, but I feel like it's death by trial. Like,
So I think if you actually like take a cold shower though, even though you're already cold from the fever, the cold shower will drop your fever and make you feel better though.
so like it'll break it or whatever.
It can't, because isn't that what they do if you have a really high fever? They like put you in an ice bath.
Yeah. Some Epsom salts.
So
You got to get in the ice bath if you're like over 105 degree temperature. You got to fucking get in the ice bath right away.
yeah,
Boil
ice
your
baths are
brain.
good for you too, though.
Yeah, boil your brain.
Polar plunges and all that. I hate water. I'm not doing it.
Well, at the end of your shower, I guess you're supposed to just like go cold for a while because
Yeah.
it's better for you. Like closes your pores and. But also, they say cold showers fight depression.
Yeah, because it does. It keeps you like aware.
Well, I feel like
I think being aware makes me depressed. I don't know if that's what it is.
My thought always was that how it works is that cold showers are so shitty that when you're depressed,
better perspective.
well, you're like you get in that cold shower and you're like, fuck. Maybe if I stop being depressed, I don't have to take these fucking cold showers anymore. And your brain just like figures it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stop laying in a ball at the bottom of the shower.
Are you depressed?
You got room in your bath for that?
Oh yeah, I got a big bathtub.
All right.
I got a big enough bathtub. Lots of room to cry.
Yeah, that's good, dude.
Yeah.
Why'd everything get sad all of a sudden? Are you all right?
You were the ones talking about depression in the fucking
No, it's Evan's
shower,
fault, dude.
guys.
It is mine. It was all me. It's
alright.
because of the water. It freaks everybody out. Nobody should be getting in water.
I don't think
Water's
it freaks
life,
everybody
bro.
out. I think it freaks you out.
Yeah.
It is.
That's called something.
It's
it
water
is.
for
Hydrophobia.
hydrophobia.
Yeah, I've had a couple people think I have rabies.
Don't get me wet. I hate to be wet.
I am kind of like a robot. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I've never. I used to swim, but I always hated it.
Yeah. What's your favorite stroke?
Hand.
Breast. He don't know how to swim. He don't know.
I know how to swim. You said it. Why you say that?
Because you didn't have an answer to the stroke.
I just don't know what strokes are called. What's a back? I like a backstroke.
Backstroke,
Yeah, I like a
yeah.
good
Butterfly.
Yeah, I'm a good butterfly.
I could see
stroker.
you being one of the
Butterflies
dudes who-
are awful. You're
Yeah.
good. You do this,
Yeah,
and then the
just the whole time.
really.
Yeah.
Oh man, I find that exhausting. Like swimming the length of a pool, butterfly exhausts me. That's my least favorite stroke by far. I like a breaststroke or a God. What's it called when you're on your back and you do the?
Ooh. I don't know that one.
I don't know either.
It has
Vomit?
a
You
name.
would just call it a backstroke.
No, backstroke's when you go like this.
Yeah,
Your hands
yeah.
go like this, and then you pull them down, and your feet do the same thing they do during a breaststroke.
like a tadpole.
Yeah,
When you're on your back, I don't know the one on your back. The front one's called, that's breaststroke, ain't it?
It's basically
Yeah,
a breaststroke
back upside
on
down.
your back.
Right, yeah.
It's a back upside down
Ooh,
breaststroke.
I love the Strokes. One of my favorite bands.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're a good band.
so good.
Last night is one of my karaoke jams that I
Oh,
sing.
it's one of the go-tos.
Yeah,
Are the Strokes hippie?
I don't know, man. We'd have to deep dive. But
Yeah.
They came out when there was all those other, they were like,
they definitely
it was like pseudo garage music when they came out.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they had a really old sound though, like when
Like the Vines, because I remember the Vines came out at the same time as the Strokes. And
Hmm.
the Vines were really cool too. They're like very similar as far as just like straightforward rock and roll.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a time when rock and roll went back towards like the retro amps and stuff
Yeah.
instead of
Jet. You guys listen to
Yeah,
Jet?
Jet.
Yeah,
Where you
Jet.
gotta be my girl.
Franz Ferdinand. I listened to
No, go ahead.
you don't know that?
No, I do. Yeah, but no.
Okay. I feel like I saw the Strokes and they sounded exactly like that live. And I don't know if they just modulated the mics or whatever, but he sounded that weird like stereo sound. And for the live performance, that was rad.
I never got to see the Strokes.
I've never seen them.
Yeah, I never got to see the Strokes.
I went to some rap concert a couple weeks ago, and it was at the Roxy again, and they put like
who was it?
the headliner was
what
made-
early 2000 rapper was it?
yeah. No, it was the rap group was Mayday. I don't know if you
Okay.
know who Mayday is, but then the Roxy they put like 30 local opening acts to open.
Yeah.
So it starts at like 7, and then they finally go on at like midnight. And it's so awful, dude, because that's how that's how they sell tickets. But
Who's a good local hip hop act right now? I feel
none
like
of the people that were there. It was so bad, dude.
yeah,
And like some of them,
whack MC after whack MC.
There was one group that like they could all rap, but every single one of them had auto-tune, like to the point where you couldn't understand what they were saying. And then they also had their tracks playing underneath it that didn't have auto-tune on it. And it sounded crazy, dude. It sounded so bad. One group forgot their lyric, like the wrong guy started rapping over a different
a cover.
track.
There was somebody you said was singing with their kids or something.
Yeah, someone brought their kids on at one point, and I don't even know why.
You said they were doing
Because
Limp
babysitters
Bizkit?
are fucking expensive, dude.
Yeah, especially for juggalos.
Or they were doing Linkin Park or something.
Yes, they brought Linkin Park. They did Linkin Park with their kids. That's what it was.
I did a show in the Springs one time, and I used to rap, and I was headlining the show, and we got there, and they put some plywood on some pool tables, and,
Sick.
but what I realized, there's a lot of face paint, and there's like 10 like Juggalo rapper like opening acts, and I was just like, fuck, man,
It's crazy.
They come in like droves.
yeah. And then I went on at midnight, but it was just like, wow, I didn't even know there was this many Juggalo rappers in Colorado Springs.
So many, dude.
Yeah.
I have heard that.
Even if you're not going to like a Juggalo show, if you're going to any underground rap show here, I feel like it's going to be 6 opening Juggalos.
I was
don't know.
watching Cops this morning. It was like after me and Laura got into like a nice fight, we just watched Cops, and it was perfect. It was actually the best decompression after a fight. And we watched.
All right,
dude,
sorry, we got to deep dive this a little more. You can't just say that shit and then like breeze over it. Like, yeah, we got in a nice fight and we watched Cops to calm down.
That's the most Florida thing you've ever said. I think.
Yeah. You're like, oh, yeah.
There's something about like wild domestic violence that makes like a small argument about a small thing be like, oh, dude.
Oh, so you watch specific Cops. You watch like domestic dispute Cops after you.
Domestic disturbance. Yeah, I remember that.
And
No, she's like, well, he didn't hit me, and you're like, well, she didn't throw a lamp at me, so I guess we're doing good.
neither of us are bleeding right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a win.
Both of us aren't going to jail tonight.
Yeah.
It was actually there was a lot of violence, but
I don't want to press charges.
it makes I think it made me feel better. And one of the videos was it eventually got into like this graffiti angle, and there was a dude in a twisted outfit, and he was spray painting like "Listen to my words, not hear my lyrics" or something like that. Like it was so funny. And he was arguing with the cops. He was like, "This is my First Amendment."
My favorite episodes. So I used to have 2 channels when I was a kid growing up in South Dakota, and Cops was on every night, and it was either Cops or fucking Nightline with Ted Koppel, and sometimes I would watch Nightline with Ted. I'd be like, "What's Ted talking about?"
Yeah,
tonight?
at least when
You
it's
know?
on commercial.
But yeah, so I'd watch a lot of Cops, but my favorite episodes are always when somebody like there's a few where like the guys are either on PCP or they're so strong that it's like fair.
Yeah.
And man, those episodes are wild.
When like
dude.
handcuffs actually look necessary. When
Like,
you're
there's-
like, you need to actually
There's
tie
one
this person.
episode where the dude is so jacked and they say something that pisses him off and he just snaps the cuffs.
Oh my gosh.
They have like, and they're using like, they have like the big handcuffs, and then they have like, because he's so jacked that they can't use one set, so they have like multiple, and he just fucking, and the cop, dude, you see the cop's face where he's like, like like a lot of times cops are, it's like nightstick and we're gonna fuck this guy up, like when that guy did that, the cop was like, hey, I like to talk, buddy, we're real into talking here, like
Time for words.
yeah, they're like, oh, hey, we're friends, how are you, like Jesus Christ, like
Just
that
doing
guy.
like the, in Avengers when Black Widow's trying to calm down the Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like, the sun's coming up soon,
Yeah.
big guy.
Gotta relax.
All right, I shouldn't have brought it up.
Well, or it reminds me of Mondo from Blazing Saddles, when they like you have to use words to trick them. You can't just beat him up because they literally try to blow him up and that does nothing. They have, yeah.
I haven't seen Blazing Saddles.
Ever?
I haven't seen any of those fucking stupid ass Marvel movies.
It's probably for the better.
Yeah.
I went to. They showed Blazing Saddles recently, and fuck. I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. The guy who wrote it, Mel Brooks. Thanks.
Brooks.
Fuck, and he, yeah.
He talked, didn't he? I remember that. Yeah, he came. They showed the movie, and did he talk?
He did. Yeah, he did
Yeah,
like a Q&A,
and stuff,
and it was
yeah.
great. Yeah.
You
No
went to
shit.
it? You went to it? It was good? Oh, man, that's cool.
Yeah, a friend just hit me up and was like, I have an extra ticket. But what was really crazy was that, like, there was a lot of young people there
Yeah.
that, like, I think were very, like, there's a lot of they showed Blazing Saddles and there was so much gasping in the crowd. Like, and then he just comes out and he goes, I'm just going to get this out of the way. I know a lot of you have this questions. No, I couldn't make this fucking movie today. Or whatever, basically. But he told some cool stories. Like one of the, my favorite ones was he used to write for Sid Caesar or whatever, who was like a big ass, he's a huge dude. And like a mob's, like comedy used to be super involved with the mob and everything. And, there's one time they were like riding in a hotel room together, and he smoked a bunch of cigars, and he's like, "Oh, it's a little smoky in here. Do you think we could open a window or something?" And I guess the guy like goes over, and there's like a window that had been like painted over or whatever, like that you'd never think would open. And he just like throws it open with one hand, and then he grabbed Mel by the fucking collar and fucking held him out of the building. By his collar and was like, like some Vanilla Ice shit, and was like, do you have fucking, do you have enough air now?
Yeah.
Oh, is there enough fucking air? And then just like crazy shit. And then there was another time he said he was driving and this guy cut him off, and the guy saw him like walking up and he like reeled his window up real quick, but he still had that little like tiny one open in the front of the old cars or whatever.
Oh, yeah. The
And
little triangle.
Yeah, and then Sid like reached through and grabbed this guy, and he goes, "I'm gonna reenact your birth." And then he started trying. He's about to pull the guy through the tiny hole, and like Mel said, he like stopped him, like that. He almost, like he thought he was gonna kill the guy or whatever. But yeah, some crazy old stories.
Damn. You don't hear Mel's not a name you hear given out anymore.
Well, he's 97 years old, I think now.
Yeah. I have heard that he's still like this was a couple years ago?
Yeah, I think it was before the pandemic, I want to say.
I've heard though he's still with it. That like he's not like he doesn't seem like he's lost a lot of the wit.
Yeah, he's sharp still.
And that they just did History of the World Part 2 or whatever. They just did a series that it's like an extension of the History of the World. I'm a huge fan.
I think he just consulted on that, though. I don't know if he
Actually wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, like the fact that he's something he made is still being done today.
Yeah. His schedule was kind of interesting too, because he talked about his average day, and he gets up at 11 and goes to bed at 3 a.m. every night, and that's his schedule, and it has always been, I guess.
That sounds like someone like a creative mind schedule.
Yeah, like he gets 8 hours of sleep, which is what you need, but yeah, it's from fucking that time to that time, which I'm like, wow, that's yeah.
That's comic hours.
Yeah.
So you grew up in South Dakota?
Yeah, I was born in Deadwood and grew up in the Black Hills.
Damn. I went my first time this year.
Yeah.
I went to like Mount Rushmore. It was pretty rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then driving through like the Badlands and shit.
Did you know there's
really cool.
a cave on the back of Mount Rushmore?
What?
Yeah.
Like into one of Abraham Lincoln's head or something?
Yeah. That's a joke.
Oh, damn. Okay.
No, but there actually is a there is a cave.
That felt like Punchline Jeopardy.
Yeah. No. That is the joke I was going to make, but also, there is a real cave back there too.
Maybe I have heard that. It's got like a library in it, right?
I don't think so.
Like
maybe a national treasure too.
Yeah. There is like a room that they built that was meant for that, but they never finished it supposedly.
Sure.
But then I think that used to be like, didn't that used to be like a pretty, like a big religious site for
The
whatever
natives,
tribe
I
was there?
think. Yeah, the
Oh,
Sioux.
true. Well, I did go
Is
also.
that the wrong term to
Well, I
use?
mean, everything was just everywhere. That was just part of the land that they took away.
Yeah, but I thought it was like a legitimate, like,
No, I think it was.
Everything was sacred, man.
yeah.
Everything
That's
meant something
true.
to us. That's why when they took it from us, it was
Yeah.
sad.
I did go see the other statue first.
The crazy horse.
Yeah, and
Nice.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
We went through the whole museum, and it'll get there. He's got like the whole finger.
they'll finish it soon. You know. one day.
Yeah. I donated. Also, it was
so
pretty
I
cool.
think it's fucking both of them. I think it's just ridiculous that us human beings are like, yeah, see that beautiful mountain there?
yeah, let's carve it.
We're gonna make an entire mountain into a sculpture. You
Yeah.
know, like I just think that's
Well, it
all
felt,
around
I felt
kind of
like
insane to me.
pilgrimagey.
That's,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's kind of
you know what I mean? Where like you take the journey.
Oh,
to
like
get
you
all
were
the
on
way
a
out there.
pilgrimage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
that's
go
true.
see. I mean, also pilgrims.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it felt that way. Where like families, you could see everybody there and like come just for that corny thing in the rock. Like it wasn't that cool. And then what was funny about Crazy Horse was they had a pile of rocks at the top, and they just had people carrying them down. Like you could take a rock with you, and it was like a way of them getting rid of all the debris. It was just like, hey, if you want to help, also you can take a souvenir, take a rock.
Did you take one?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got all kinds of little trinkets and shit. I get sentimental about that stupid stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. What's your favorite one?
I have these little. Oh, this it's not gonna sound good, but I went to a summer camp.
I have the eyes of a little child.
Several.
So the fight we had was about an abortion. No, I'm kidding. From earlier.
Yeah,
No, I'm
Yes,
kidding.
yes.
Oh, we got the joke. We were just letting you sit in it.
My favorite. So I worked at a summer camp called Camp Indian Springs, and we did this whole game where it was called a color war.
Camp Native American Springs.
Yeah, I wasn't near India, that's for sure. And we did this game where it was a color war, and we divided the whole camp into
Whoa, that
half.
sounds like a race war.
We put it into two tribes. It was the Cayuga versus the Mohegans. And we assigned one person to be the chief and one person to be the brave. And I have these little
The
trinkets of a little chief and a brave, and they're like made of
You
plastic.
still have them with you to this
Yeah,
day.
yeah, they were me and Toast because I was brave.
You were a good counselor.
Wow, what do you think about this, Philip?
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
A brave. First, what's a brave?
The second in command.
Second in command. All right, I guess. You guys know about the word chief?
I know. I've been told I'm not. Yeah.
You told what?
It's like a white. It's from white people,
well,
right?
it's a white word. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when when they killed all the Native Americans or whatever, or tried to, they took away most of their words that meant,
Leader.
that
Yeah.
meant leader.
Yeah.
And fucking now most every Native American tribe uses the word chief to refer to their leaders.
They do now.
Yeah, now.
Damn.
Because those words are so far taken and gone away and indoctrinated with this other one.
Well, that's what they mean in the Star Spangled Banner, right?
I don't listen to that song.
They say they say the home of the brave.
Oh, well, that's what they meant? No, that's not what they meant, bro. That's not what they meant, bro.
They're just fans of
You're
Atlanta
fucking with me
baseball.
now, man. I almost believe I had to say it over in my head.
No, what's weird is that came back to me now. I had something like a bit talking shit about, like how, if you don't think that this land belongs to the natives, it's like right in the fucking Star Spangled Banner or something. I can't remember what the.
Damn, that's cold.
Yeah.
No, that is.
Braves.
Yeah. All right, we're talking about. I do. Where this is going to be before Thanksgiving, right? When this drops.
I mean, you're the producer, so you're gonna have to tell me.
It's on me.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
it
would
should.
think so. Yeah.
And it should. We've got time. Zach, do you have time maybe for one thing?
What time?
One
What
bit?
time is it?
It's 5:07, I believe.
5:12.
5:12.
I
Or
should
should we
be.
be wrapping up?
I should be leaving pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a pilgrimage to make.
What's the bit?
It's honestly, it's gonna take a while, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole Thanksgiving thing. I just want to say I'm sorry, Philip.
Nice.
If you're really sorry, you'll give him your racist trinkets.
Give me the eyes of the children whose eyes you hold. No, I actually still really do enjoy turkey.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Native Americans be all hating on their turkeys and
What?
shit, but I'll tell you what. Yeah, oh no, yeah, Native Americans won't even eat turkey on Thanksgiving. Oh, they be hating. Fuck turkey.
Is that like a white thing?
Oh
only?
yeah. Yeah, it's a white thing.
Turkey?
The whole thing.
Well, no,
There's wild turkeys.
The whole
though.
thing.
no, but like turkey in general.
Oh no, turkey's American.
What about like
Okay,
mashed
that's
potatoes?
what
Oh,
I
well,
thought.
American. Turkey's native to the Americas.
That's okay. That's what I was wondering.
Right, yeah. Turkeys are native to the Americas.
There's no way we brought that.
That's why they say they had turkeys here when they had the first Thanksgiving because
Yeah.
turkeys were native to the Americas. So when they came over here,
Sorry. The first show at the lounge on Saturday is at 6, right?
the first show at the lounge on Saturday is at 6.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
You ready to roll?
Well, I just have to be there, like 20 minutes.
No,
or
I
anything,
totally.
so,
Yeah, dude. 100%. Let's all bow our heads and say sorry, Philip.
What's the Thanksgiving bit? Let's
Yeah.
do a quick version of it.
Okay. Well, if you had to pick main course, 2 sides of the ultimate Thanksgiving thing, what is it for you, real fast?
Oh, main course and 2 sides. That's super easy. It's fucking.
And when it's taken away by Zach, it's taken away from you guys, and you guys are in a.
I'm a picky eater.
Let's
Oh.
let Philip go last.
I'm doing prime rib, mashed potatoes and gravy.
Dang, I never heard no prime rib on Thanksgiving. That sounds bomb as fuck.
Yeah. That's a whole different
How come
Thanksgiving.
them white people don't be giving us no fucking prime rib? We be giving us that turkey and shit.
Yeah, I don't like turkey either.
Man, do I not have gravy as a
Yep.
as an
No,
option
I
at
took
all?
gravy, motherfucker.
It's a draft.
Some dry ass turkey, dude. I guess stuffing.
Okay.
Some good stuffing, turkey, and corn on the cob.
All right.
Yeah.
Dry.
Ham. Oh no,
Lots
go
of
ahead.
butter, dude.
I'll say it first. You go last. Ham. Ham's gonna be the main course. I fucking love me some good old fucking
Yeah.
big old nice ham with slices and that shit's.
Yeah.
And then mashed potatoes and green chili.
He
can't do mashed potatoes.
Oh, I can't. Oh, okay, mac
Mashed
and
potatoes
cheese.
and green chili.
Yeah, but
together.
I put the chili as my gravy instead.
Green
of,
chili's a gravy, man.
Ooh. I've never even thought about that.
That's maybe the most native thing I've ever
That's
heard.
why I like Megan and White Wright's Colorado poutine because it's
Yeah.
like gravy chili. It's just like a gravy over. It's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
But nope. Yeah, I would say mac and cheese if he already took mashed potatoes. Mac and cheese.
Damn. All right. That's good. Okay, sweet. Well, let's call that. That's perfect. That's
Yeah.
the ultimate meals.
Yes.
You guys rock. Thank you,
Nice.
Zach. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Over.
and check out Punching Jesus. It's
Yes.
you can stream it everywhere if you want to buy it on Amazon or iTunes. I love when that's great. That all helps. It was at number 1 on Amazon for a few days, and it reached number 3 on iTunes. So yeah,
When you give it a listen, put it in your story and tag Zach.
Yeah.
yeah.
Watch.
Tag me, and yeah, and if you're a podcast fan, which you probably aren't, listening to this, check out Hippie Not Hippie if you want to hear us figure some shit out about whether people are hippies or not. So,
Yeah, that's you and AJ Finney.
yeah, and it's a lot of fun. But
Hell
no,
yeah.
thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah, thank
and,
you for having me.
yeah, appreciate it.
I appreciate it a lot.
No doubt. These two got things to do tonight, don't you?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm doing nothing tonight. I was busy the whole last 2 nights.
No thug?
No, Saturdays. Winter's over. First Saturdays. First Fridays showcases.
Rest in peace, thug.
Yeah, it's not over forever.
Wrap it up. Totally. Hell yeah.
It's not over forever. First Fridays all winter long. First Fridays.
Cool.
Heated tent. Very nice.
Hell yeah.
This next first Friday, I have David Bory and D. Kelly.
Damn. That's gonna be
Damn.
dope.
Really?
Yeah. First
All
Friday,
right,
December
dude.
1st.
Nice. Okay, thug.
Sweet.
All right.
Yep.
How's
Recreational?
Russell Lounge every Saturday at 9?
Cloudy Eyed Comedy.
Cloudhead Comedy.
Hell yeah. Recreational Outrage.
Yep. Goodbye.
Recreational Outrage.